All right, we'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and we'll do just a quick roll call. So George?
Here.
Laura? Here. Noelle?
Here.
Rick?
Here.
Nancy?
She's coming.
Okay. All right, so tonight, we're going to review budget items, to kind of try to come up with the final numbers of the Board of Selectmen. If you have any questions on that.
Do we have a final number for what the tax rate is gonna be?
I did it today. Because I was able to finally get the county taxes. And then I took last year's school amount and did 2% on that. So we don't know that yet. And let me get to my paper. So last year was 19.9 is what you guys settled on. This year is, if the school budget doesn't go any higher than a 2% increase, we are coming in between, you can pick between 2087 or 2192. So it's not even the lowest one is less than a mil increase. And that's providing, some of the numbers from Donna may change when she goes out and does her permits and stuff, but we won't know that until the last minute. It won't go any lower than that.
Thank you, Mike. Any other questions?
Did you want to know what the county taxes are going to be this year?
Sure.
$667,524. Last year, they were $550,620.
Do we have any idea how much of an overlay?
You can't tell that until you put your mill rate in, what you're picking.
Okay.
Okay, so do we want to look at some of the smaller ones and kind of check them off the list? Like,
I think we should, Jerry's here, so we probably should do
Okay.
transfer station in case there's any additional questions. Him and Ginny.
you first. Would you like to join us, Jerry?
Where do you want me to sit?
That little,
Wherever.
that little chair right
The
there.
little one, yeah.
So just I have the transfer station up. So just the highlights were that Jerry was requesting a 3% raise. Some trucking fees made that line overdrawn. The request this year for the budget was $392,618. Last year was $325,012, so it was a $67,000, 606 increase.
And keep in mind, that's because a lot of things moved into that line that wasn't there before. That's actually not Jerry's budget. I can give you that too. So I redid those numbers today as well.
Can you add the ground maintenance back in there, or is it too late?
The what?
The ground maintenance?
You can have it in. What do you want there? It was 25 last year, so 25 this year?
Yeah, let's put it back in there and if you want to put 2,000, I think 2,000 would be a good number.
So last year's Jerry's budget was $331,381. This year, it's $335,911. It increased $4,530, and it's basically the raises. When you take out all the things that weren't originally in his budget.
So last year, if you say overtime, 3.3.
331,381.
And you can have comments. So this year is three.
Yeah, 335,911.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions, discussion? Nancy, we're on transfer station.
I assume when I said Jerry, unless he changed jobs.
You never know.
So are we just revisiting it as,
Yeah, we'd like to vote, tonight that those are the numbers to put on the warrant.
What your recommendations are.
okay,
And so we're gonna do Jerry, code and, assessment, and then kind of any of the smaller ones that we can agree.
I have a question that's kind of like up a level. As a board, how do we approach raises? Are we approaching raises as a cost of living increase? Or are we approaching raises as a merit increase? Because in my mind, if it's a cost of living increase, it should be consistent across the board. If it's a merit increase, then it has the ability to be inconsistent.
Good question.
It's not by merit because
It's not by merit.
nobody has ever done any kind of
Nope.
forms or anything to do that.
The last time we had a scale, the last time we had a scale, I'm gonna call it the drive discharge scale, which was based on 18 years. And then they did away with that, and it's been percentage or.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my guys up to $20 an hour, which I think is reasonable. You know, you're saving 120,000 in health insurance by them not being full-time employees. You know, I think $20 an hour is is a decent wage for them. I mean, they could go anywhere else and, you know, if they choose. You know, that's why I asked for a dollar increase.
So Nancy, I think my perception, or my thing is that I think that a living, like cost
Cost
of
of living.
living, I think it's appropriate if, department heads are taking on like a substantial additional task to there. Like, I'm gonna say if, there was another department within Public Works that, you know, you kind of oversaw 2 sections of space, I think that's appropriate to do a different kind of adjustment, to a wage increase.
So you're
but-
talking a change in role.
Or if they got additional certifications, and were kind of it added more responsibility to their role. I don't know what other,
To me, that makes sense.
Rick,
I guess so.
what's your thoughts across, like, as, I think your question, like, across the board with, do you think that there should be a consistent, do you want to restate that maybe?
Yeah, should it be a consistent cost of living increase across the board?
Oh,
Or
yes,
are we saying it varies?
cost of living.
So are you talking about keeping it consistent for all employees that aren't unionized? Because union raises are usually more than what they get
Correct.
non-union.
Yes, I think that what we're offering others, 2% is what everybody else is getting, and then 2% should be what they're getting.
So if your unions are getting 3%, then everybody should get 3%. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. but-
No, I think unions.
I mean, potentially yes, but I mean, when you develop this budget and offering only up other non-union people only 2%, I think that it should be across, you know, if that number's 2% for, again, because depending on what the contract negotiations are, you know.
And I think I think kind of the question was like, should administration get 2%, public works get, or transfer get 3%, fire department get 2.5%, like with that?
Yeah. I'm not saying that I disagree that it should be, if it's cost of living, it should be cost of living across the board, whether you're union or not. Because I do feel that if a true cost of living is a cost of living increase, it's not different whether you're in a union or not in a union. But without kind of taking that out of the mix, I think that we should be, if we're saying it's a cost of living, then it needs to be consistent across the board because cost of living increases is the same for everyone.
Well, cost of living isn't 2%, it's 2.8.
It's 2.8 right now.
I'm just saying, if that's what we're saying it is,
Mhm.
then it should be consistent across the board.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
That's just I just wanted to kind of set that expectation or clarify that as a board as to what we think, so that we're consistent across all of our budgets.
So here's my question is, unions are also, are contracts and we have to negotiate them. So would we just continue to do what we do with our unions? Because I know you said it doesn't matter if you're union or not. Keep our union negotiations separate from our non-union people? Like, how do we play that?
Plan for the same raise, or that's what
Should be the same.
it should be.
I disagree with that.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I think when we do negotiations, those things that we can negotiate. There's pros and cons that we can give and take with a contract. And then this is a municipality, so then we just use that across the board for the ones that aren't in unions. Because we give and take the union a lot. Like, we give some, we take some. And then with our other employees, we just have our contract.
I understand your point.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree that we do that, but I understand your point.
Yes, perfect.
All right, so transfer station, so I think, did you feel you got consensus of like, or everyone got consensus as a board of kind of a direction with wages?
Not 2%, 3%.
Same consistent.
It's 2.8 is cost of living. So
Yeah.
if you're going with cost of living, then you're looking more at the 3 than the
3,
2.
not 2.
We're looking at 2.8.
Nope, 3. Not doing a 2.8. It's 3.
So Jerry at the transfer station, is asking for a 3, and all of the items. So the bottom line, was last year, 331, 381, this year, 335, 911, 395, 118 with the additional insurance and non-negotiable things. So with the difference essentially of $4,000-ish, does anyone have any questions for this? Or do I have a motion to accept the 395, 118?
I really like to revisit a couple of items. One is fleet maintenance. If we're getting a new truck on board, why we need $16,000 for that line.
So, it was 5,000 for public works equipment, the John Deere needed about 5,000. It was for snow tires and rims for a new truck, and the previous ones wouldn't fit it, and then $1,200 for public works to switch them over.
And some money's gonna come out, but we're probably gonna use the old truck once in a while. It's gonna need maintenance. Waiting for Jason to put a sticker on it now. I mean, you never know.
We ain't gonna use it, we're gonna sell it.
You are? You're selling the old truck?
No, I don't know. I didn't say that.
I didn't say that either.
I think you should keep it.
What's,
Just because you're buying a brand new truck does not mean you're not gonna have issues. I'm letting you know. But if there is issues and it's down, and you don't have the other one, then you will have to pay somebody to do the hauling like we are now. I didn't know you were thinking about getting rid of the old one. I think you shouldn't. That's my opinion. You just put all this money.
I was just
into
saying,
it.
I don't know why we would have put all that money into something we were getting rid of. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right,
We should have just got
I
rid of
just
it.
finished off, I just went down today because I told Holly, give me the check.
Mhm.
Went down today and gave him the 10,153, what was left on it. He got over $40,000 invested in that check.
So did you have any other,
I do. I talked about this.
well, did you have any more on fleet maintenance?
No.
Does anyone else have anything specific for fleet maintenance?
Do you really need studded tires? You haven't had it till now. You haven't had to have them, right?
It's an option. If we don't have them, then if you choose not to do it, I'll just be more careful when I go out and hoping that the landfill, they had scraped it because they very seldom sand it. I'm willing to take the chance if, we had it with the other one. That's why I wanted it with the new one.
You did have it. So this is for the new truck.
Yeah, this is for the new truck.
Gotcha.
Right now, the old one has the winter stud ones on it. Yeah, the old one has it, and what we do in the spring is you take your summer tires and put them on it. Yeah, the old one has had it
Oh, I didn't know that.
for the last
I thought
5
you were
years, ever since we've been going to Norwichville.
Okay.
I did have in my notes the previous truck had them.
I mean, it's not something that I'm creating, we've had it.
Anything else for fleet maintenance or?
Telephone lines.
Okay.
Again, it's like it's being charged 2 telephone lines down there. Don't know why. Jerry set the cables down, so.
Well, no, we have an internet based phone system.
Voice over IP.
I don't know which year. I don't know where the other line was. We haven't had a Verizon line since 2019. I don't know where the other landline you're talking about.
It's probably a fax line that was there. would be
We
my
had a
guess.
fax line, but that's been, we haven't used that in probably 20 years. And Grummel's took out the old Verizon line last November, so it's not even connected to the building.
So again, my concern is it's not connected. Still being billed for that. If we didn't cancel those items,
Yeah,
just because the line's not
You gave me a bill?
connected.
that's a Holly question. If it's on there, then yes.
George, I didn't know we were paying.
Yeah, I know, well, I know, so I'm trying to just,
Well, get the bill, find the bill. I mean, somebody needs to come up with it.
right.
I mean, if we're getting bills for something, we need to know.
You take your electricity, your phones, all of that. I never see them. Haven't seen that since 2019, but now that's changing, it's all complicated.
Can you call them from here and reach them? Jerry, you need him? Cell phone?
Well, yeah, it's a cell phone.
It's your internet connection?
No, he has internet.
I have the same internet, I have the same phone system they have upstairs.
Mhm.
Is it Intel?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Yeah, you have that phone.
And you want to keep it because every time the residents call, they can leave a message and I'm calling them back.
Yeah, so his phone
Other than
works, so.
that, I don't know where these other lines are.
Where's Holly?
So here's a question. Are you able to get his line, so the line that's down there through T-Mobile, can you get that automatically to his phone?
We can't do T-Mobile for the phones, only the cell phones.
Right,
Landlines we can't do.
but usually you can grab the landline, or could we see, I just did it with mine and I'm a T-Mobile customer.
Okay.
So I have a business line and a primary line.
Mhm.
So Jerry we could deplete the phone
down there.
I don't carry my cell phone around the yard because
Plus,
I'd be dropping it all the time.
the phone systems that we have is all connected. Like his phone is are connected. I can just push a button on my phone in my office and
Okay.
get Jerry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's an internet-based cell phone, but
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I apologize, I didn't realize.
My Intel phone is 2507. That's the phone number.
Okay, I didn't realize it was one that they can reach
oh
you.
yeah, it's like that everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Never mind. Cool, so Raquel, you'll check into.
Yeah, I've got that written down.
Yep. Anything else on phone? Good.
So, wondering if we can eliminate recycling appreciation day.
Eliminate it.
Yes. And my thought was, Jerry, close your ears, that we do a free demo day.
I think
That,
Oh,
you're,
that's,
it's,
Oh, boy.
it's not that I'm against it, you need a lot more help. And like you got $20,000 you wanna put in the call or more? It was $6,000 last time.
Killed us.
And we don't have the staff and the help to do that. And also, it takes Public Works a week to clean it up. And we bring, and that's putting all the big stuff on the ground because the cans you need for your little stuff. I've got a simpler solution if you want to listen, is if you've got somebody in town that can't afford to clean up their place, why can't we let those people go to code enforcement and come up with a formula where they could bring that stuff out on a weekend, let me know ahead of time and do something like that, to help them out. Do so many at a time. It's
like general assistance for,
something like that, but the last time we did this, we had them back up to Pleasant Hill Road because you gotta check, make sure they're a resident. And some of these people, even though they got a sticker, they came in a few times. You can't prove that all was coming from Sabatis.
unfortunately, George, I'm not in favor of your idea because I think it would cost too much. I'm not against getting rid of the free trash bag day.
And that price is probably gonna go up because this is just, everything's going up.
I definitely have a question. I think that something back to the community is great. We go to the transfer station every week, but I think that, I like your idea of offering people that could work with code enforcement to maybe clean up their spaces or yards or things too, but I also am curious, do you think it could be successful if it was this part of town could do it this weekend, that part of town, could you section it out in a month time, or do you think that would
You would have to give me at least 4 more people. We cannot do it with the staff we have. They're all designated to their spots. And there's only 2 of us that control the whole demo side and brush and all of that.
We only have it once. Did you ask for volunteers?
Anybody, any volunteers?
I'll do it.
Dean would do it? He had so much fun with you guys that was, oh my God, I'm not volunteering him, but. I'm not volunteering, but
She said.
he was like, this is what I want to do when I retire, and I'm like, you're wild.
I just think, again, eliminating, and I understand Laura's point, but it's which pocket you want to take it out of? I pay my taxes, but now I gotta give me some free trash bags where I can save that money and not pay that much more taxes. I know it's not a lot, but it's something, and I understand the give back, but it's look, it's one of those things, like you said, it's gonna continue to go up. We're gonna pay more to do it. You're already over budget this year. It's like, I can't justify it in my mind.
If you wanna do one weekend and you get me the volunteers, at least 4, I'm not against it.
Well, the two different things, Jerry. Let's talk just about Appreciation Day first. And my choice is to eliminate it completely, I'm very happy that the transfer station's there, and that's my appreciation. And I'm paying my taxes for it, but you're asking me to pay extra so other people can get free stuff. That's how I look at it.
I don't have a problem with you eliminating it.
Well, I think it's not only me, I want to hear from the rest of the board, whether or not,
I actually am a little bit more to like add some public things into everyone's budgets, just because I think I'm kind of on the other, maybe other side of like, I think maybe if every department had like a $5,000 line for public education, for public participation, public support, it's giving something back as well. I think public education, there's appreciation, education, whatever it is. I think it needs to kind of be in everyone's space, but.
And just to let you know, that day alone, I bring in my 2 extra people, the women, whoever. And that's all they do is just that, because we can't control it if they ain't doing it. But we do it one roll per vehicle, because it's too costly when we used to give it out to,
And I think like I've been there, and I took my free bags over to the school and gave them to the rec center over there, but I think people ask questions, don't they? Like, can I bring this? Do you do that? Like, or you can maybe dovetail it with like a list of, because I know there's a cost with some other things. You have a sheet, right? And so like maybe you
yeah,
have
not
a
everything
sheet
is
too.
on the sheet. Some of it's judged, and
Yeah.
in the past, they talked about putting in a scale system, and that would be costly, but that is, you could be more fairly with that if you have it, but it's not cheap to put in a system. Some of it is estimating, and every load's different.
Mhm.
You do the best we can. And I ask everybody if they want a receipt. 90% of them don't want a receipt. And then they will complain afterwards.
Noelle, your thoughts? This is for Appreciation Free Trash Bag Day.
I actually never knew about the free trash bag day, and I heard a lot of positive about it. I mean, I think taking away things people could get upset about. I know I can say 2 people off the top of my head, it really did help them out. Yeah, and they do pay taxes.
If I know somebody that financially can't afford a roll of bags, I give it to them. I will give it to them. It's my discretion to do that, and it's within the budget. I mean,
Like,
What line is this for? Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. Education.
like
Yeah, no, I do kind of like, yeah. Do I think it's gonna make our taxes go down substantially? No. I think the little help is great for people. And
This is the 3,000, this is in your public education for 3,000.
so I'm for trash bag day.
Keep it, leave it alone.
Okay. Nathan?
I was gonna say, get rid of it, but you guys have already, we've already got a majority, so.
I'd like to increase it to 5,000 across everyone's, again, staying consistent with every department. I think everyone should have a $5,000 line for public education. Next, George.
That's it.
I'm gonna mute my phone really quick so that you guys don't. You good? That was a good song. Okay, anybody else?
So am I correct in saying the only change is the dollar raises for the part-time going to 3%? Is that the only change you guys are recommending?
And I think there's just a question mark on, do we have the right amount in the phone line?
Yeah, I've got that written down. Okay, so,
So you're moving the dollar back to 3%?
3%.
Which is double what he's asking now, is that correct?
Which is double, no. He was giving each of his part-time employees $1 raise, so 3%, I don't believe is gonna do that.
So. like,
And is that a market adjustment that you were looking at, or is it the cost of living?
I was looking just to get them up to 20 bucks an hour. If they're raising.
So if you look at that number, it's only 1.44%.
They get no benefits other than a holiday.
Well, I don't know why that's that. It's three,
Right.
no, it's not right, because 3% would be, I just have. it.
Yeah, I don't know, whoever did these formulas didn't do them, correctly, those are not my formulas.
Mine either.
So this, and that, yeah.
Wait, so the 109,220 versus the 110,794.
3% is 57 cents for like Gary Norton at 18, most of them are 18.97, so it'd be 57 cents.
What's the number for the spreadsheet?
You mean the 10, or you mean you asking me, oh, you mean the total number?
Right.
Okay.
So right now, the requested was 395, 118. For the total measure.
Hold on.
Yes. But so that line for part-time wages on the spreadsheet,
It's 10,794. So what, like, I guess,
so if it was last year, it's 109,220 multiplied by 3%, gives you more than the 110,794.
I don't think you
Shows a 3276.60. So it'd be 112,496. And I know you like cents.
194. I got this.
Right, so
So then that changes that number to 396, 821. So could we get an motion and approval on that, or
Did you? Okay, so, yeah, you were able to fix it on them.
if we-
Okay. Yes, we need you guys to vote on these numbers. April 15th is the dead set end for these numbers. And we've got the 2 first weeks in April that we're meeting with the budget committee to try to come up with common numbers. So you guys need to get your numbers that you're going for in place.
So do we agree on this number, or a motion in a second, and we'll vote
Did
on
it change when you changed the part-time? I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the total?
I can't read the number from here.
396, 821.
396,821. Okay.
and what's the overall increase then?
It's gonna be a decrease. Because you took away.
No, we have to.
You took away. He was asking for $1 raise. You changed it to 3%.
Right, but the overall number increased by 4,000.
How is that possible?
I'm just looking at the spreadsheet.
So I
It
took,
would tell me,
So George just increased it from last year to this year to 3% from 109.
So maybe he doesn't have as many hours or something. Hold on, you're gonna have to give me a minute, because I've got the thing broke down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16.
So it was 110 something like that.
There's no way you cut the raises and it went down, went up. Like, yeah.
who said we cut the raises?
well,
110.
technically, we did.
Right.
By saying it's 2 to 3%. But somehow that number was off.
Right.
Or built differently.
Laura did fix that 1.44 number, was that the change?
Yeah, so the
No.
approved from last year and what was asked for this year was $1,500 difference.
Right.
Which wouldn't have been, or shouldn't have equaled out to $1 an hour for, what do you have, 6 people, part-timers?
Yeah, it's right here, you want it? This is how she has it built out. This is what it's working.
It's on the second page.
Yeah.
That gives you the hours and everything. Each person works hour-wise.
So we make sure we get the numbers right.
That's what Raquel's trying to figure out right now.
Thank you, Jerry.
But again, if you take last year's 109,220 multiplied by 3%.
But there might not have been as many hours last year or something.
Yeah, well, that's my generic number.
Well, quit it with your generic stuff.
Because they all work different hours. There's only a couple of us.
So this sheet in your binder adds up, these wages of these people add up to the 110,794 that's requested. And so can we, if you're doing a 3% increase from 25, that comes out to the 112. So nine two two oh plus 3276. So I'm gonna change this 110. 110 is what was requested. I'm gonna change this to 112,496.
Why is that?
Well, because like, you always kind of have a round figure, right, in your budget. It's not
Interesting. So where did you come up with a number?
112,496.
Oh, I just came up with 114, 128.
109 times 3, 109,000 times 3%.
That's my phone. Go with your number.
No, let's get the numbers right, so is the
One-
1897 the current wage? Or
Not
the
for
proposed?
everybody. You've got one at 1922.
Right, so
But the other ones are, yes.
is this proposed or current?
Current is 1897 for 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6 of them.
All right.
That's what it's all.
But they're all
Right?
different,
No,
No.
no, it isn't.
No.
Sorry.
they're all different hours and reasons.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute,
I see
maybe it is.
Yes, this is what, yeah, they're making 1797.
Okay, that's where the confusion
They're
is.
making
Oh,
1797 right now. With the dollar increase, it brings it to
These
1897.
employees work hard and
That's
work
what it
weekends.
is.
All right.
Part-time employees saves it, okay, yeah.
So we can subtract $1 off of each of those, and that's what they're currently making. All right, well, that's why everything's all skewed. Okay.
Thank you.
It's just.
I did the math and I was like, I don't know, it's just not working, so.
Yes.
All right, so then you have to go, hold on.
So,
So it's 1797 times 3%. So it's 54 cents for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
so I think if we just look at it holistically and stay on the 3% increases, last year was 109, this year we'll budget 112, and you divide that up Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I think
that's
we're
fine.
overthinking to the penny, and like, you can have 4 of those people leave next week, and then you're gonna hire new people, and like,
And not only that, if you budget everything to the penny, then you're gonna have nothing to
Right.
go to surplus later on. You
right,
got to think, I mean, it's all great to budget close,
right.
but you can't be so close that you're
Yeah.
going over and you've got nothing to push forward.
And again, like, so now it's $2,000 more, but it's $7,000 difference from last year, so it's.
Okay, so what's the final number? Is it
With-
396,821?
With a 3% increase from the 109, to that part-time wages, it's 396,820.
820.
And so do I have a motion for the transfer department to accept the 396,820?
I make a motion.
I second. If Rick wants to take it, I don't care.
So motion second, is there any further discussion?
We'll put Rick on this one, we'll do no vote.
All those in favor of accepting the transfer budget request at 396,820? All approved?
All right. And while Jerry's here, the one item he has that is the cans that he's requesting, and that would be coming out of undesignated funds. But he's asking for 25,000 for 2 cans. So we might as well discuss that as well and get that out of the
Yeah, we
way.
need to replace the 2007 that the sides blew out on it, and it's $6,000 to fix it. When I got the estimate, at that time it was like $7,000 to buy it new. I'm requesting 25,000 because it's a year out or so before we get these cans and prices increase. With what's going on right now, I mean, it could go higher for these cans. And if we still go down this price, we have 25,000 in case we had enough money, if we could buy 3 of them and then less next year. Just replacing whole cans. One of them's a 2007, the other one's a 2004. That I just used for leaf containers, so we don't take that one on the road either.
Are any of these cans getting scrapped that you're not using anymore?
I got the one that the sides are blown out. Raquel says I have to keep it and have it go out to bid. In the past, we've normally just filled it full of scrap metal and gave it to Grimmel's. They usually give you $400 or $500.
Are they repairable?
Not that one,
Not that one. Are there any that are repairable?
not really. No.
So they're so far gone that you can't.
I can
The
try.
reason I'm asking is I know they used to get repaired, right?
Yeah, we used to have Robert Stevens to do that. We don't anymore.
Have you reached out to Jamie to ask them if they would repair?
No,
If
I
they
usually go through Clark's. I've asked Jamie for other things that he hasn't been able to.
Hasn't been able to. Okay.
I've asked him to put me on the list with a brush, and I know he's sure to help, so.
Could we post something that we're looking for can repair bids or things?
I mean, if you had a second mechanic that could work on it.
And Public Works can't.
They don't have time, and it's just one mechanic. And I guess the rules and regulations have changed. So usually when we want something done, the walls or whatever, I send them to Clark's and Turner to get the walls rebuilt for us.
Mhm.
If you don't get the 2 cans this year, where does that leave you? What's gonna happen if you don't get 2 new cans?
We're just gonna have less demo cans. We'll have one one or two less demo cans. Uh,
Which means what? You have to, it's just more trips to go dump them more frequently? What do you mean?
On the weekends, if we get down to our 3 backup cans, you might end up having to put the big stuff on the ground and to keep the little ones. We're in our slow season right now. There are times,
Isn't it better to put it on the ground than you can crush it?
no, it's a lot more work,
Is it?
yes, when you're crushing it. And, yeah.
You know, the big bonfire?
No,
And now these demo days that they would like to have, is that gonna make it more difficult if you don't have those 2 extra cans?
We're not doing those
We're not
anymore.
doing that.
Okay, never mind.
We're keeping the trash bag.
I'm trying,
Thought maybe we would do both.
I'm trying, you know, I'm getting older and joint issues and whatever. I'm trying to get away with not putting stuff on the ground anymore because it's more potential to get hurt.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of work and, you know, I don't want to go back to those days when we used to. We used to have, it's not worth it. It just makes your job harder and, you know, I hate to send people away if the cans are full, but that's probably what I would do. I mean, Wednesday was a rough day for us, because the backup trash can was full. The other 2 got full. So we put a lot on the ground and we ended up picking it up and putting it on top because we didn't want to turn it away. Yeah, I'm working on that issue and I told Patrick if the backup trash can was empty, I could have swapped it out. And you don't want to use one of your other cans because been down that road, it's pretty nasty when you gotta go in there and clean it out.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
You know, if you can only give me 1 can, it's better than nothing, but, you know, you gotta have backup cans, especially on the weekends. We're gonna be getting into our busy season. There are times on Mondays that you might have 6 cans sitting around there. You've seen it, Rick, the ones that come. It's, you know,
Okay.
I'm only asking for what I need to do it
Yep.
safely.
Any other questions on the cans?
How much do we have in undesignated funds right now?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount because the audit's not done, but I've asked the auditor what was safe to use, and I've stayed underneath that, so this is okay.
We used a lot of money.
Yes, that's why I asked
Last
him
year.
exactly what we could use, yes. And he felt that was a safe amount, and I'm guessing that's the amount he's figuring we're pushing forward. That's where he came up with that total, where the
What was
audit's not
amount that you
finished.
said was safe?
Hold on, I got it written down.
7.
We currently have 3,677,000 undesignated funds.
Wow.
We need to maintain 2.5 million. That's what we had written before.
Like you said, there was a lot that we wanted to get last year. I was surprised. I remember the years when the town was financially really cut and was all the conservative and build that up. And the economy went.
355,000 he felt was safe.
Thank you.
And with all the with all the payments that we're required to make on things that we've taken loans for and everything before, adding on the money for the cans, the parking lot resurfacing, more money for that so we can actually get that done, and setting aside some more money for the school that we came in at $352,793. Also taking $185,000 to try to offset taxes. So we're below the amount that we said.
Was there, on the police budget, did we add in a car?
No.
No, okay.
So any other questions on roll-off cans?
We use the same wording as you did last year.
Yeah, we'll use the
In
same
case-
article.
In case you can buy more.
Yeah.
So would you like a vote on this, or do we do capital altogether?
No, vote on them individually, but you might not want one of the other ones, so.
Okay, so go, there a motion for the roll-off cans.
So move.
In a second.
I'll second it.
And all those in favor of spending $25,000 of undesignated funds for roll-off cans for the transfer station?
Will you be good next year with cans, or are we gonna have to? I feel like
No
we could-
opposed?
I'll make sure next year to just not ask for any.
Well, I think you're gonna have to ask for some next year.
So,
It's a revolving door.
Yeah.
They get old, but
Well, maybe we can work at finding somebody who might be able to do some repairs cheaper. You don't know.
I can,
what did that down?
What's that?
That got voted down.
So Laura, George, and Nancy were no,
Oh.
and Rick and Noel were yes.
Okay,
So that's just our vote. It doesn't mean that the budget committee won't come up with a different recommendation.
right, but you need to put forward something. If it's zero, it's zero. If it's half that, it's half that.
In my capital request, she said 25, but I only see 15 here, is that?
He changed it.
All right.
And so do I have a motion of a number?
Is 15 gonna get it?
might get you one can,
One.
I can't guarantee that, you know. I run out of cans, I'm just gonna tell people, you know.
No, I know.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I will do my best.
And if it's voted down, I'd rather just be fully voted down, because if it takes 18,000 to get 2 cans, you know what I mean? So,
Any recommendation from anybody that voted it down?
So
No.
right now, I reserve the right to change my mind when we get together with the budget committee, but at this point in time, I'm trying to be really conservative on what I'm willing to spend to try to keep numbers where they should be.
Okay. Well, that's true, because you could change your numbers again.
Mhm.
So this is just yours, I gotcha. This is totally out of anything I've ever worked like this. This is different.
Welcome to Scott.
Hi. Okay, so when you get to your meeting with the budget committee, you could completely flip that again. Understood. Okay.
No, yeah,
or we could be a no by then, and they could be a yeah, so you never know.
no, no.
Okay, guess we'll move on. Okay.
When's your meeting with them? When do you ask the thing?
April.
Big deal if you don't know.
It's the first 2 meetings, and it's the first 2 weeks of April. They'll be meeting combined again.
Mine's in the hallway somewhere. In this parking lot.
Okay, so code enforcement is that?
Yeah, we'll do code enforcement.
Do you know if those away?
Oh, yeah,
So,
Jenny.
thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this ordinance, in FY 25 was 104,208. Request for 26, 27 was 112,375.
So her actual budget, when you go take the same lines that were in last year's, only increased by $1,561.76, which would be her raise.
So we need to correct that.
Correct, it's gonna
So
go
it should
to,
be 70,048.
it's gonna be, what is?
That full-time wages line, instead of the recommendation of 69,370,
Yeah,
it should be $70,048 at a 3% raise.
okay, say that again, please.
70,048.
Oh, Jenny, I gave you an extra zero.
Woo!
So that changes the total to 113,053. Do I have a motion to accept?
For total budget?
Yes,
What was it again?
113,053. So George made a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Everyone seconded. All those in, any discussion?
Did you put boots in any budget line?
Yes.
All those in favor?
She got some boots, pretty happy about that.
Great.
Well, that was easy. Okay. So now we're gonna do the one that has the assessing in it, just in case there's questions, which is it professional services? I think.
Professional services. So last year was at 113,655. This year is 103,655.
Correct.
That's tab number 13.
Thank you, George.
So the 10,000 difference in engineering services that got moved to public works.
Correct.
Do I have a motion to accept the 103,655 for professional services?
Make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Oh my goodness, now we're moving
All
along.
those opposed? All passed.
I wasn't ready.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I got a quick question, sorry. Legal services, we went over budget this year, right?
We haven't yet.
We haven't?
No, we're at
Not yet.
18,000 at the moment. so,
Okay.
Yeah.
What's what's the total, Laura?
For the
Professional.
professional, 103,655.
I will tell you, for the legal services, we're not finished yet. There's,
Victoria.
yeah, there's an appellate decision going on with the law court, the other side. So it's ongoing.
But he still owes us more money too, right? Legal services.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right, Raquel, where do we go next?
All right, let's do
Thank you,
the,
Jenny.
let's do
Drive
the few capital items so they don't get left out and forgotten. So we have resurfacing the parking lot, 15,000, you guys appropriated 15,000 last year, the bids came, yes ma'am.
Where would that paper be in our book?
You are under tab 1,
Perfect, thank you.
and I've got a little chart in there.
Oh, I have nothing in that one.
Oh, good. Try tab 2. Yeah, keep going, maybe it's behind, no? You
Do
don't
I jump right?
You don't have it.
No, no.
All right, hold on. How come you don't have that stuff?
I mean, I can just peek at Rick's for now. It's not a huge deal. I just want to be able to look.
All right, well, I'll make a note to make sure. you
That's
got it. All right. So last year, you guys appropriated $15,000 to resurface the parking lot out here. And the bids all came in close to 30,000. And if we go out to bid again, I know damn well they're gonna be bad if they were that last year. So I'd like another 15 to try to get that done.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on.
Is that yours?
No, it's your pile there.
Oh,
Does she have it?
I have no clue. Yeah, thank you.
I was like, that's you. Sorry, continue.
So that 15,000 would come under undesignated funds.
So is there a motion to accept the additional 15,000 for resurfacing the parking lot?
sorry, can you just repeat, what were the bids?
Oh my God, 30,000.
Well, so, you
So,
know,
I mean, we may fall a little short even with this, I don't know, but I doubled it.
again, well, that's my point though, I mean, there's one place in the parking lot that needs more than resurfacing.
Well, we'll have the town, our own crew fix holes and what have you, we just want to resurface. I mean, if you could always make a motion to say, spend up to
You know,
an amount, and that way, if it doesn't, you're not taking the whole amount out if you don't need it.
I think that we definitely should put that.
So that can be worded that way.
so
So you could say up to 20,000 out of this one, if you wanted to.
what do we have right now? 15?
Yeah.
There's buildings maintenance and grounds maintenance
25.
in the regular administrative budget, and the building maintenance has 17,000. Is that something that, what was it earmarked for? I'm just wondering if we could pull the extra from that, if we needed to.
It all
Waxing the-
depends.
Waxing the floors.
Yes, George wants the floors waxed, and I put an RFP out for that, George, and nobody's getting back to me. So if
I
anybody
actually
knows
asked
anybody that would
somebody to
do
do
that,
What about, carpet cleaner, Todd Mishu?
I think they should.
I can ask him.
Yeah, 'cause I
Let me
put
ask him.
I put an RFP out to get a price, and nobody's gotten back to
It's
me.
pretty good to get the machines in that room.
No.
We have machines to do it,
Yeah, but they were right.
Yeah, you
We have machines to do
so
it.
we just need people to do it.
We just need people using it. Somebody that knows how to do it.
Nancy, the
Yes.
previous notes say that it was for a garage door, that the police department should pay half of it, and George would like to see a power wash, and they're closing the room. That was what it said.
Garage door right here.
Yeah, there's a garage of that.
Right.
Yes, and I do have power wash written down.
In the back of the building? Oh, the whole building?
Whole.
Yeah, it needs. I came here and pulled the spiders out.
And so for
Disgusting.
15,000 for resurfacing the parking lot, do we have a motion?
So move.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor, any discussion? All those in favor?
We're not moving it up at all? We're just doing the 15?
Yeah, and then Raquel's gonna say that's all we got and stay at it.
Yeah, sometimes they'll do that if you can come close.
Okay. Okay, all in favor? Sorry.
Well, I think too that, you could leave the police department driveway off the list.
If we had to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you call the floor that, what do we call it, needs to be polished?
wax.
I did, yes.
I think she's onto the floors now. That's, what do you call it when you take the wax off? Strip it.
Strip it.
So strip the wax and then re-wax them.
Actually,
So,
we got,
Parking
I'll
lot.
look at my email, because we had gotten a quote from somebody. I'll send it.
are we staying on capital still, or
Yep.
are we moving?
No, one more on capital.
Sorry, I did that one.
Okay,
That's okay.
so we don't have to do anything with the things that we owe. We do need to discuss Sabattis Elementary, because even if they vote to sell it, we still have to keep maintaining it until it sells. Because you can't let it freeze up, because then it's not worth selling. So we put 20,000 in there for this year. You know how well that went. We're out of money. So I don't know if we can button it up tighter to make it so we don't spend as much.
Well, we need to find out if those freezers are still running in coolers. Those need to be shut off.
They are.
Get a fan in there. Keep it from molding out.
So we need to appropriate some money until
And either
something
that or
happens.
shut the building down, make sure that the building is off limits to anybody.
Right, but you had said it would be a hell of a job to drain those pipes.
Well, I'm not saying drain the pipes,
Oh, okay.
use of the building.
Oh, I said drain the pipes.
I don't know what that, if it did actually in fact cost us more. This was the worst winter in 28 years, so it was the wrong time to pick it. To have this building.
Yeah, the love those.
So
So I have a question.
I'll tell you, we were lucky.
What if we vote to, the residents vote to sell it, and could we look at what it would cost to be able to use it?
As far as,
Like the gym space, or even a community space in the front and things like that, to not necessarily, like, you still have to pay insurance, you still have to plow, and you still have to do the thing, so like letting it sit there and just rot seems like a waste.
But the insurance is limited to just the building, not with people in it.
the insurance, we were only covered for the gym area as far as use. And
Then if you start bringing in other things, it turns into the planning board again. Mixed
Yeah.
use. Mixed use.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the fire
Then
marshal
the fire
comes,
marshal
and then
comes and it's
here we
even
go.
worse. So,
Yeah.
But maybe that's a good, like, then the fire marshal comes and says, you have to do this, this, and this to make it something else, like, then that would ultimately really shut it down, and then the public, because, like, the pickleball team and like other people, so like, would that then say, like, really the building shut down and you can't access it, or does that open it for another, like, liability? I don't,
all we have to do is say no. Nobody uses the building until it's sold.
well, I know, but if you're semi-feeding it,
We're
plowing
keeping it
maintaining
to keep the building from freezing. No.
Right.
So here's my concern, because I know the Realtor had said you could get $1 million for it at some point, if you sat on it long enough, you might get it. I don't think we want to sit on it that
No.
long, though. I really don't, because every year that you're sitting on it, you're still putting money into it.
Don't forget 10 million was supposed to be put into it to fix it.
So,
That's if it goes back to a school, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it would be different if it was a different
Roof
use.
repairs, windows, everything else.
I don't know, so I guess the question today is just appropriating, how much money do you want to set aside to keep it running until whatever is gonna happen to it happens? Whether the people vote to sell it or keep it, you've gotta have money to keep it going until that happens. And this year, we have spent more than 20.
For me, too, I know we spent more than 20, but we did other stuff.
We
down
did,
there. So,
that's right.
I mean, if we can just look at heating and electricity costs, sprinkler standby cost, what are the costs going to be? I mean,
Just service the boiler again.
Right.
but just, I mean, I'd like
And
to see
then we
those-
have to keep insurance on
I'd like
it.
to see those numbers. I mean, I'm okay with the 20,000.
Me too.
Put back in there again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I have 20,000 there, because we did have some things that we spent on this year that we shouldn't have to do again.
Right.
Yeah, so I think 20, and if it goes over, then we have to deal with that again, I guess.
And so like, I think like current cost too, but like if you're going to sit on it for a couple of years, then you're likely going to probably want a little bit more there in case you get a hole in the roof or in case something happened to, like what happens if something happened to the boiler? It needed parts and things, like you gotta have some of that.
It did
stuff in
happen
the
this
budget.
year.
It did.
Yeah. That's why we're over.
I'm keeping
Right.
it spare, Michelle.
Good.
And so I almost think that like it really should be 30 and should it be on its own line too, because
Well, that's gonna be its own article,
this is coming out of undesignated or this is.
undesignated. That's not a raise and appropriate, so that'll be its own line.
So why would it not be a reason appropriate and just come out of undesignated?
No, it is, what did I say? I maybe said it backward. It's gonna come out of undesignated funds.
Well, you said that, but I mean, right, actually, it probably should have its own department heading, It's most of the time capital is a one-time item. This is the second time, maybe a third before we're done, we don't know.
You don't know.
Right, and it'd be
No,
nice
so-
to see what we're spending things on.
So instead of coming out of capital, make us a budget line for it. raise and
That's
appropriate.
fine.
Because again, we can still take it out of undesignated by putting it in its own line. Generally, it's capital that we're spending on. Many other times,
I agree with that, George. And then I honestly think that should be probably like 35,000 or 40,000 there, just so that we're,
I think 40,000 is too high.
moving to 35,000. We're already
I'm at
25,000.
25.
And I mean, the only thing, it's been kept at what, 60 degrees or so?
Mm-hmm.
And so like the cheerleaders being in there, I don't know, but have, not cost anything more. So I think that's a good consensus of what it will cost. And it's a little more this year because it's been a colder year, but next year could be too. So I think from a budgeting perspective, I think 20 is too low, but.
I really think you're safe. If you go to 25, I think you're pretty safe, because what drove it up this year was a lot of one-time things.
Well, it's not getting any younger either,
I
so it's
know.
just getting older, but, and you have roof and you have broken windows and you have things, does anyone propose a number?
I make a motion that we appropriate 25,000.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? And opposed? So it passes.
That's it in that section. I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget.
Okay.
Let's see, might as well go in order. All right, might as well do administration, tab 3.
So 25, 26 was 703,119. Requested amount this year is 731,575.
All right, let me get to my paper that tells you what it is. So the administration budget from last year to this year, comparing the same lines, went down $10,177.
So we need to adjust the wages, I just don't
Just
know
on
what
one.
to do, or how to do that, 'cause I don't know what number to use.
Hold on, let me see. The only one that's gonna raise in that year is the treasurer. She's currently making $97,843. So you do 3% on that.
It's the other way around, right? Current year is 95,000.
No. Current year is 97,000.
Okay, so
Don't screw that, George.
Nancy, are you suggesting from the 31024 from the 25, 26 year, just doing a 3%?
No. Tab 3. Unless yours is also that.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because the budget decreased even with a 2% raise in there.
Correct.
So that's not the right formula. So what I think Raquel just told me, or the way I understood it, is there's only one individual who would be eligible for a raise.
Yeah, the rest of us are all new.
And therefore, it would be, that portion
Sorry.
would be 29.9, 2000, sorry. 29.10, so $2,910 for that raise.
So for even staff that started in June and July and October of this year, they're not gonna get a raise until the following budget year. So they're gonna go like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Year and a half. That's up to you guys.
So my kind of thought is just taking, the 25, 26 was 381,024 and adding 3% to that. For the bucket, because you could, somebody resigned today, and so like that kind of 49,000 salary could turn into a 62,000 salary if there was qualifications or things like that,
Wishful thinking.
I know, but it's like for the budget purpose, it could turn into a 40,000.
this other item is, I forgot because I don't have it in front of me. Were we looking at a 10% raise for the town manager?
No.
What's that, what was it? So where we go, can you repeat the numbers?
I have on the screen from our town manager is 110, finance was 99,000, clerk is 30 an hour at 62.40, and then clerk times 2 is 24 an hour at 49,920.
Yeah, I thought you're currently making 100,000, is that not right?
with the contract, when you guys did my review, there was a $10,000
$10,000.
raise.
There was?
Mm-hmm,
I must have missed that.
you sure did.
So she already got a raise.
I did. Yeah, so there's nothing going forward.
Can you pull up the contract for me?
It's upstairs.
Thank you.
So hold on, I'll give you the number that I want to use in that line. It's just gonna take me a second. And I'm only using my book calculator. Right, so,
So technically, there wasn't more of an increase in wages.
Mm-mm. No, the wages went down. They had 100 and,
Well, with yours, when we did your review,
right,
there was a 10,000.
Right.
And that was a review that was
just done,
6 months.
right,
that was just done.
yes.
So with that, just so it's clear that there was a 10,000 after that review.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we sign any papers?
Laura signed something or something.
Yeah, Rick
It's in the contract.
Rick and Noel, Rick and Raquel both have mentioned that it was, we had,
Right, so there is an increase this year.
Yes, I got it at 6 months,
Right.
yes, and that was budgeted for.
and so just staying on the 3% raises across the board, if you look at last year's to this year, a 3% would change this number to 392,454 for budget amount.
So for the one eligible employee, it would cause that line to go up $1,000, the difference between the 2% and the 3%. So the new total would be $732,575. 732,575.
What, one more time? Sorry.
732,575.
Do I have that transposed? 732?
Yep.
Because it was only 372
Right.
before, so you went up 400,000.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm adding that to the bottom line.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wrote it down and I was like, damn, but, okay.
So it's adding $1,000 to personnel line 01, which updates your final total to 732,575.
Thank you. I'm not good at math, but I knew I went that one.
So you would like to change this number to 373,047.
Correct.
And then to stay, my kind of suggestion, to stay consistent with taking that, what we've done in every other department and adding 3% to 392,454. So are there any motions?
Adding it to where?
If you take 381,024
Yep.
and do a 3%, it comes up to 392,454.
I don't support that because you've got almost a $10,000 decrease already in that line. So I guess I'm just not understanding why we would add 3% to that number from last year.
Because we done 3% raises across the board, and you have a, I personally think that if we're doing cost of living for other departments, our town manager as of June will have been here. And so now you're asking her to go a whole nother year without an increase.
Mhm.
And I
Is
don't,
it a
I'll take a
policy?
vacation instead.
and I don't think that,
No.
appropriate. And same, when did some of our clerks start
Yeah,
and
they
our
both
other
came in July, August.
August? So they're gonna go a whole nother year without a raise.
So is it written in a policy or anything that, what made us decide not to make them eligible for raise?
I'm a mean boss.
So there's no policy that says you're not eligible for,
No,
okay.
It's just been best practice, it's cost of living every year.
So here's my thing, what about, so you started August, so we're not even close to a year, you come in at a price. What about if we change it a little bit, if that's how some people feel like they get a cost of living, maybe at their year, we can do a raise and then look at it again this year, but
With this budget.
Still
they
have to
won't
put
go
it in
up.
the budget.
Right.
Still has to be
Still have
added
to
in,
count.
even if you did a step.
I'm not,
I think you mean a step, maybe.
right?
Did you make a motion, Warren?
Yeah.
Oh.
So my suggestion of budgeting, the 3% increase would make the total $751,982. So we have two numbers. Unless somebody has a third.
I have a third.
Okay,
Well, if I took the 372 instead and put a 3% rate, 3% on that, that makes it 384. Hold on, I want and that makes it 744, 575.
744.
575.
So there's three numbers and I'll just need a motion. So the presented budget with, the finance getting a 3% was 732,575. With what current staff are at with a 3% would be 744,575. Last year's with a 3% increase would be 751,982.
I make the,
Sorry, I have some more questions.
Sure.
So again, we eliminated overtime,
Mhm.
but we're coming up on elections.
How can you eliminate overtime?
they have to get their job done in their 40 hours.
But if they don't, you have to pay them.
They don't have any more work to do for the day.
But the elections come, we don't know how many.
Wages are built into the voting line for elections,
For
if you're
for a
concerned,
full-time employee.
yes.
Oh, that's good to
Can
know.
we-
Yeah.
can we
And
look
for,
at that?
and for any of the, and for any of the workers that may come in that request pay.
You already lost somebody, and now you're putting a burden on the rest of the employees in the office to do more that one's not doing.
Well, you don't know
That
the
might not
story,
necessarily.
exactly.
We might
I
hire
mean,
someone her.
Yeah, and that person may not work even.
That's society today, Rick. Sure is.
Would you like to see a different number? Are you proposing a different number?
Yeah, just need to take a.
I mean, you can put the 1,200 back in, all they had was 1,200 before into overtime. If you want to put 1,200 back there, that's fine. I think it was 12, I can't read the.
How many-
paper.
$12.50.
Hours of overtime happened in 2000,
To date, we have 1,900. As of the 3/3, there was 1,900 in overtime spent.
$1,900, not hours.
Correct.
And it's more since then.
I am not going to change the spreadsheet every week, or as a new report comes out, but, so I kept that
Yeah,
consistent
right.
too with when, beginning of March, because, there's 2 more months and whatever, but at least I did keep consistency with that.
But the 1,900 is hours that were taken in overtime, not comp time, correct?
Yes.
So approved in 25 was 1,800, so is there consensus that you would like 1,800 put back in there? Or 2,000 in there, or 1,200 in there, or what?
I'm
Zero.
in for the 1,800.
Nancy?
I'm fine with 1,800.
No? Rick? So we'll add 1,800. I should be putting comments on these accounts so you can, well, we can just record it one thing. That's something I did not do.
But-
Was create a new column or select board recommend. Should I have done that?
But I do want to say that even though we're adding that back in, I approve of your mentality that we only work 40 hours and
Right.
Wow.
we
Yeah.
prioritize
You gotta
the work appropriately.
Yes, I agree with that.
The problem has been, it's been catch up and trying to get everything done from before that didn't get done. I am torn on why it didn't get done. At first, my thoughts was they just didn't do the work. I'm not at that place anymore. I'm thinking they didn't have time to do the work and that things just fell behind. I don't know which way it truly was. We need to get to a point where these jobs are manageable within the working hours. Whether that be overtime, no overtime, adding a part-time person, I don't know what the answer is, but we need to get to that point.
And I think as a town manager, you'll figure it out, hopefully, with being here this long.
Yeah,
I mean, I own a business and I'm able to walk out the door
Yep.
when the last kid leaves. and
That's right.
Everything's clean, so
that's right.
just managing everyone and figuring everything out.
Yep.
You'll figure it out.
Thank you.
And if you don't, well, we'll figure it out. No.
Fine by me. I'll spend more time in Florida.
No. Okay.
So my other item too is adding $5,000 back into the cleaning line. And I'm proposing that we hire a part-time person to do the cleaning. Again,
How much was put in for last year? I can't see that damn thing.
Let's see, wasn't it
100?
2,500?
10,500.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now that 10,500 didn't get you a cleaning person. That
right, well, didn't get you a commercial cleaning person.
we have, well, correct.
Right, so
We have some that we had to cut back on what they do, and we ended up doing a bunch of it ourselves, and
So
Well, the person that came in,
yes.
So my suggestion is this, is how I'm looking at it at the moment, is paying somebody $18 an hour, 4 hours a day, it comes out to $15,000. You know, and when Joe was here, he did a lot more things. He mowed the lawn, he shoveled the walks, cleaned. And somebody here, 4 hours a day, and when I talked to Raquel the other day about it, it's like, look, they can make their own schedule as long as the work gets done, And I just think we're asking the staff who already can't keep up with their work to
clean.
clean. And, I mean,
Oh, I'm all for it if you want to put the money in there.
I'm like partial with it. I feel the staff can keep up with, I mean, the staff can do some things. They can help out. I have come in here and they could have emptied the trash can. They could have done some things here and there. It's not that hard. But scrubbing the toilets, if we don't have someone, yes, I can see if someone's sick or they can't come in. Like that should be in jobs if need be, or we get into a bind and someone quits. But like every day, if you are coming in as a clerk, but you're scrubbing the toilets every other day, I don't know. I'm 50-50 with both of it.
well, it's only, for the most part, it's really only a $5,000 increase. Because if you take what we're currently paying under a contract, it's 10.5, right? So the additional $5,000, you have somebody here 4 days a week. Yeah, but I think it's at 4 hours a day.
Joe did a nice job.
What do you want to pay them, 1,800?
I was saying 18, so just off the cuff.
What do you make at Donald's?
18, probably right about that.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But there are no weekend hours. No weekend hours and what?
I said kids are making 16,
Right.
16 to 17.
a kid could do it.
They don't even clean their room.
But I just think that, we're asking people who are working here to clean the place and take it away from their work time. And I would like them to focus on their primary job, and be, have somebody else clean. I mean, this is a terrible winter for sand and crap in the front lobby every day.
Still. Oh, yeah.
And we're still closed on Fridays.
Mhm.
So they're only coming in for cleaning. What about if we did a Friday clean? Like you can cut it, you're asking for 4 hours a day. So I think the staff can help with like emptying trash and stuff if it's full. But if we were to cut it down and have someone come in on Tuesdays and Fridays, then at least, or Wednesdays and Fridays, you get Monday and Tuesday, Fridays fresh, nobody's in here. And you get Wednesdays and Fridays, if you can find someone. I don't know. I wouldn't want to come somewhere for 4 hours a day, every day. I mean, I was
If it's a retiree, somebody who just recently retired might prefer,
maybe,
I don't know.
maybe we could see, but I think we should put out 2 options, because I will say, I don't even find retirees anymore. They used to love it. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard. They want to retire
What
now.
do other departments do? The fire department, the
They all clean their own.
public, they clean their own? They can?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, they have been, so with
They don't have people coming in. It's 3 minutes.
I just, again, I think it makes sense, if you make it a flexible enough schedule for whoever wants that job, that if it's clean every morning when everybody comes to work, i.e. if they want to work during the day when people are here, that's perfect too.
I sent 3 people in. They never got a call back.
Or
Cleaning.
nobody made it to me.
I don't know where they made it. I don't know where they fell through the crack, but I will say I sent 3 people in. They asked, someone's
So you
waiting.
want- Sorry, you're proposing 15,000 line there.
Yes,
Nancy?
Are you asking me if I'm okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Well,
How much?
15,000.
I'm gonna just oppose right now, just 'cause I need to do math.
Rick?
Sorry.
Yes.
Like what happened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then that kind of brings us back to the wage discussion. So,
So for the wage discussion,
We did what I suggested. At 25
I am not
an hour.
okay going over 384, 238
Yeah.
in that line, which would make,
Right. I'm awful for a floor if it's messy.
so basically what I did is I took the 372,047 and multiplied that by 3%.
and so 372, and that came out to what was that, 3?
384, 238.
All right, hold on, what number
can
did
I
you change that
suggest,
again?
why don't you take the 3% off 381,000, which was last year's?
Because Raquel reduced that line
Right,
by 89.77, and so I used her number to put the 3% on.
Yep.
Rather than the old one.
Can I know that we kind of moved forward, but I just did some quick math. I just couldn't be under pressure really quick. I know someone who cleans, actually, all 3 of them clean at 25 an hour. I did it times 10 hours a week. If we did hire someone 5 hours on Wednesdays, 5 hours on Friday, that comes out to 13,000 at giving them $30 an hour.
So 15,000 question, so false in line with that.
I mean, I propose 13 at 30 an hour for 10 hours a week.
I already passed for 15, that's three. Sorry.
No, I know, but I
Yeah.
just, I think if
It
we can,
doesn't mean they can't go with your idea though, Noel.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right, so if you added the 15 into the, have you added everything in there that needs to be added in?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the grand total?
Well,
Do we not know yet?
no. So the recommendation for wages is at 384,238, which was the proposed at 372 times 3%. Which, this one already had a 2% in it for finance, right? So
Yes.
Right.
did you take that out and add it in, or you just? Yeah,
I did,
okay.
I just left it in.
All right.
And so then, sorry, I gotta do my, 381,024 times 20.
So you guys make your numbers tonight. When you meet with the budget committee, you try to come to a conclusion of,
Mhm.
where you
It's
can
either
meet?
yes or no.
Okay,
They'll go with their number, we'll go with ours.
okay. But the goal is to try to get a common one.
Should.
Yeah.
That's a
And
fight at the
so-
town meeting.
So,
Can't wait.
Too many questions.
the current, with that 3% on from what the town manager had recommended, brings the budget total plus the 15,000 for cleaning, plus the 1,800 for overtime, brings it to 760,566. If you take last year's and add 3% to it, it brings that same information to 768,783. So is there a motion for either of those numbers?
I'll make a motion for 760,566.
And is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank
But
you.
you said 760?
Yes, 566.
That's for the 3%.
All right, any more discussion? So I think that's a little bit tight, based off from actuals and what current staffing model is. So I would support the 768,783, which is the 3% off from last year. Any other discussion? All those in favor of 760,566? And opposed? And it passes.
All right. Are we quitting at 8? Is that the goal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's see some small ones. Hold on.
Thank you. You guys want to do animal control next?
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I do have one thing that I would like to mention at some point in time. So
Yeah.
just an idea that I think, Raquel, we need to investigate more if other people are interested in it.
I didn't hear the first part.
I didn't say it yet.
Oh, okay. Good, because I didn't hear it.
I was like, did I miss it?
Well, I didn't want to disturb you, I didn't want to break the flow, but
Okay.
I just want to bring up an idea. And it's actually in regards to the fire department. So I was wondering if we could ask Nick if he could go back and look at his schedule and see if he could stagger his 4 people differently to reduce the per diem shifts. So where I'm going with that is if the fire chief is working, say he works every Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or whatever. If he can consider himself the second person on
Yep.
and move people around, we're not laying anybody off, but we're just trying to
Yep.
reduce the per diem shifts.
More weekends and.
Which the other chief wouldn't do.
Well, that's what we did 2 years ago in the budget, right? We budgeted for, the chief working 4 days a week covering those
Positions, 4 shifts.
So that's my request to see what we can say.
Okay,
It's good.
Okay.
I
So
wrote it down.
Animal control is requested at $31,010.
I make a motion for $31,010.
Is there a second?
Sorry, tab 6.
Second,
Any discussion?
Yeah.
All those in favor? Opposed? Very bad. Do you guys want to do EMS?
I guess we're gonna skip.
Requested amount is $18,535.
Which one are we doing, EMS?
8, is that number 8?
Tab 8.
Yep.
Roll my spreadsheet.
Have you guys seen my notes on the sides of these?
Yes.
Helpful?
Yes.
Okay. Is it helpful to
it helps
have that?
remind
So question, maybe a housekeeping question, is it helpful to have all these additional sheets or is it helpful to have it all in one place?
All in one place for me.
Additional sheets.
Of course.
You don't want to spend the budget, but you're spending the budget.
On the amount of trees I've
Well, no.
killed.
Well, with the additional, we don't get to that point until later on.
No, but if it came like that.
But yeah, I guess if it came like that, as long as you can put more information there.
Yeah, that's the
But I think
problem.
that
You can't
there's
put a
not
ton of
enough, and
information
it's-
there.
For me anyhow.
And I could
Well,
print
maybe
out
I
my
just
sheet.
make one book for you with all of that and I save the paper for everybody else.
Well, they all have one electronically. anyhow.
I don't.
No, Noel does not.
I love this not one of them.
Neither does
So
Rick.
the 26-27 request is the $18,535. And most of that was fees and
Yes.
things that we couldn't, med supplies, et cetera. So one of the things in there from my previous notes is journal equipment was suggested to keep at 7,000 because that's straps, cords, AZ pads. And we were already over at 7,300 this year.
7,300 this year, 7,186 the year before.
So we need it.
I make a motion, we appropriate $18,535.
I'll second it.
And so that is not keeping that general equipment line at, that's reducing that line at 5,000 when the suggestion was to increase that to 7,000.
When they came in, they felt that that was gonna be fine. So there must have been purchases that needed to be made that they didn't think were gonna have to be made again. Because that was their suggestion, to drop it, knowing that they were over.
I stand with the 18,535.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I'll second that.
So I'm going
Well,
to.
already did.
I'm gonna say, I
sorry.
thought I already
Yeah,
did.
sorry, but no.
No.
So I'm gonna change that to, the 5,000, and so 18,535. All those in any other discussion? All those in favor? EMA, 0.
And again, just under that EMA 0, I think that we went over that last year, is that $1,000 of that I suggest you go to the fire chief because he's doing the job.
But you didn't put anything in there last year, right?
Correct, but we put
Okay.
it, I think we put it in his budget.
We wanna make a motion on 0 for EMA?
I'll make a motion, 0.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Great. Insurance. Insurances, 26-27, recommended amount was 23,258.
And there's nothing, we can't change anything there.
Not really.
So
I'll make a motion to accept it at 23,258.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Great.
I wasn't opposed, I did
Okay,
raise
we're
again. Okay.
Sorry.
I did have a note on mine that we should be zeroing this tab out
Yes,
and the rest of the things should be. moved.
correct. Yep, boards and committees.
Reports and committees. Town manager request $25,411. Last year was $25,450.
So the increase in that one is adding $500 for general supplies for the planning board. That's the increase.
Is there a motion for the 25,411?
I'll make a motion to accept the 25,411.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? That passes. Professional services we did. Stormwater. And Greg will set with stormwater. Town manager requested $30,850. Last year was $22,220. So those increases were on the engineering services. Kara Belanger came and spoke to us about that.
I'll make a motion for stormwater 30,
Sorry.
Oh, we can have a discussion after.
Right.
Okay.
$30,850.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Just education and training, going up to 4,500.
So what you need to do, George, I think I gave everybody a copy of the contract in their books.
Yes.
So it was very difficult. So I had to take what they had for categories and try to fit them into ours. So it's not necessarily, you might look at it and put it in different categories.
Okay.
Any other discussion? I remember you saying that. It was like,
Yeah, it was hard to fit things into.
all those in favor? All those opposed? Okay. Thank you. Dispatch E911.
That's another one you really don't have a choice on.
So town manager with that 73,000.
Is this the one, hold on, that we doubled, that we were like double on our expenses?
This one does have.
Yes, but that was a mistake. And she went back and looked. She had prepaid something that could be paid next year's budget. So yes, no, we're not double.
So we're under then,
We're
if
equal.
she prepaid?
Well,
It was 77, I think, and it was like 134 or something.
Right.
Over.
yeah.
So it was 70,
$60,000 over.
it was 77, and then the tower rental is really in the fire department.
It's in fire and police, it's split.
So that came out dropping it to the 73.
And do we have actual numbers this year
As far as,
of what they're going up to? I know it's per capita.
so we have a contract with Androscoggin Sheriffs,
Through,
27.
it's only one portion. Did they provide the detail of that contract?
I didn't put it in your book.
So,
Look at the back of that section.
The attached contract.
all right.
See, I did. What the heck?
Yes.
The pages stuck together, I thought it was this stuff. So is there a motion for 73,000?
Make a motion, 73,000.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
What's the additional for if we're paying 66, 278, 16?
Is it this, I think it's the software cost, isn't it?
Like the $4,000 is software? I was just asking. It was like the question wasn't asked.
It's 5,000 software.
Yeah, it's 5,000 for software.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Just keep the number for me.
73,000. Utilities. Public utilities, last year was 177,895. This year is 151,651. And I think, that included the water. Paul had a new number of 133,408. What is that, 151,651?
Did we skip over 16 for a reason?
Well, thank you, because I was really confused over
Right.
here,
I
and
know.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Organizations was after.
Oh, mine's the next one, organizations is the next
All
one.
right, well, hold on.
Do you want me to move them in the sheet? I can go back.
So the new number for this, oh, wait a minute. Streetlights, what do you have for streetlights?
18,243.
That's right.
And then the water was 133,408.
Yep, that's right.
See what happens when you let my hands touch a spreadsheet?
So that's 151,651.
Yes. Is there a motion for public utilities at 151,651?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Is the water one, is that the new price?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was at 105,746.
It went up.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, organization. Last year, FY 25, only 26, right? Like, is 18,650. This year is at 24,200. And that was for, the municipal membership fees in Garden Valley, Dam, Mountaineers, the Veterans, Savannah Rec, Martin's Point. Nancy, I think on Martin's Point, you had a question about porta potties.
Yeah, I feel like $3,600 from this line should be removed because it's covered under Public Works.
It's on the public works.
Anything else?
Again, there was additional discussion about Buckley Steel getting a porta potty,
Not in the public works, so.
but it wasn't added in.
No,
It could be when we talk about it.
Okay.
I have a note on that side.
There is one.
The rec pays for it, the recreation club. So Nancy, that taking out the 3,600 for the porta potties would bring that number to 1,400, so that brings the total number to $20,600.
20,000 what?
600. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to put organizations at 20,600.
Or second?
Second.
Any discussion?
What was the rec department? What was that money for? What did they say are using it for?
It's not in this line, it's in the nonprofits.
Okay, so it's not on.
It's not this one.
Next one. Any other discussion? All those in favor of $20,600? And opposed?
Oh, sorry, put me back in the other one.
And then, thank you. I was
like,
very
did you
sweet.
second it? I was confused. I was like, how do you second it?
Let's go ahead and jump to nonprofit. So nonprofit for year 25 was $8,300. For 26, 27 is $9,800. Those organizations include Safe Voices, World Community Ministry, Seniors Plus, Community Care Backpack Program, Sabatis Historical, and Sabatis Rec.
Do you want to ask your question now?
Yeah, what is Stratus? What is it for? What are they asking it for?
Correct?
The 1,000 or the 7,000?
The 1,000,
They want, no, yeah, I wanted to make sure it wasn't 7,000.
they're leasing land from Pleasant Hill now for $500. They have expenses with insurance, tax preparation, website, QuickBooks, blah, blah, blah. Do you want me to read all these?
No.
Okay.
Those are all the reasons he gave for the 7,000.
But we're only showing 1,000, right?
And I wasn't here for that meeting. Who was it that showed up? John and
Yeah.
John and Neely.
So the rep head isn't even showing up?
Well, and I guess that kind of drives me a little bit crazy too, because like all of these other places where employees or volunteers, you know what I mean? So like to have like the president of the rec doesn't show up.
Right.
But
And then when they're all
I think it's
individual organizations, you don't know where that money's gonna go. Is it all gonna just go to one? You're gonna split 1,000 between all the organizations?
it was for operation
Maybe
and all that.
through- yeah.
For when they show up, and we have announced it numerous times, that the rec department head needs to be here.
Any other discussion?
This isn't all for the record.
No, only 1,000 for the rec.
I understand, but we don't want to go.
So I'd also like to consider adding, or get thoughts on adding $400 to make this an even 1,000 for the cemetery work
Yep.
that John,
I say take it out of the rec.
Yep.
He showed up here. He showed up and he's been doing a lot of work. So I say take it out of the rec. And maybe he'll show up next year. I mean, you smile, but I'm being honest.
I know.
And so
So we're
is
putting
anyone in
in
favor of
historical.
adding $400 to the Historical Society for cemetery work?
Well, again, I think that Jim said this is how much it was gonna be and no more, so
Well-
it's not gonna spend the money.
Yeah,
No, there was
Put a lot of his
hesitation.
personal money in his, too.
There was hesitation with that.
I went to a cemetery presentation from a gentleman in Winthrop, I believe it was the other day. And there's towns around us spend quite a bit of money on their cemetery care and like some over $50,000, like type of thing. And they repair stones and they have all these things. So it was a very interesting thing, and a thing that the Historical Society put on there. And some people pay to be flown to be decomposed with, it's pretty like wild, but yeah. So
Can we
anyway,
finish that? I wanna
Freeze
hear
dry.
that.
Freeze dry.
Freeze dried.
well, I don't know, like they're decomposed and they're like, and like the historical person was like, isn't that kind of silly that you spend airplane fuel to get flown to save on economic whatever, but I can't tell you what it is. But
There are people that go like in roots of trees. They have these.
That's what I
long-
want. I wanna be
Yeah,
a
so.
I wanna be a tree.
So I think $1,000, and they do other
I can
things.
see that. There's Noel.
with some of that, but I think that, you know, listening to some of that work and how much it takes to maintain cemeteries and keep them
Mhm.
in good shape, I think that.
I don't have a problem with that. Where I have the concern is, I do think Jim was trying to be, honest about what he could actually accomplish, and he's all by himself. So I don't know if it makes sense to go all the way up to 1,000 if he just can't get it done.
Well, if he doesn't spend it, it goes back into undesignated funds.
Exactly. And he might get somebody that's gonna help him.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, you
he's gotten
say-
a couple of people
You know,
to help. but-
He's stuck with a small amount of money to do the work that he's doing. If you give him a little more,
Make it more done.
make it worth it, then he's gonna be like, whoa, we can get more done.
And Raquel, you say that, but all these other organizations, they send the bill, you cut the check for whatever we raise for them. That should be the same thing for the Historical Society.
Well, that's true.
It's going to the Historical Society, so we cut them a check for whatever amount we approve, and they decide how much they're spending
Fair enough,
on
yeah.
cemeteries.
So to be fair, I'm gonna defend the rec club in that regard, because we were asking specifically what they're gonna use the money for. So are we gonna do the same thing with them, where you cut the check and they use it as they see fit?
In my mind.
I mean, I do have a problem when they don't show up to the meetings, and they've been having John Manelli, we have
No.
asked,
I don't think they're having John Manili. John comes on his own.
John comes on his own. I just know that we've asked year after year after year for him to show up as a rec department head, or rec head, whatever, like, and he has never shown up.
Look at it, it's a different person now.
It is, yeah,
So,
and that's going
and
to
I'm
be
not
after
sure that-
Sunday.
Did you reach out to them?
John, I dealt with John.
No,
all the
because
time.
it's never come up before. We've never put any money towards the rec department till this year. It was brought up by John.
And I think that goes back to our comprehensive plan, right? And I
It
don't,
does not say that.
what's that?
I went back and looked at the comprehensive plan. It says that we will support the rec club. It doesn't say that we have to support the rec club financially. It doesn't clarify how. It says we support the rec club.
Mhm.
And I think that it doesn't say we support Sabatis Rec Club even, right? Like we support recreation
Recreation.
activities in Sabatis?
Mhm.
Or does it say we will
That one I'm
support?
I'm not
Sabatis
100%
Recreation
certain
Club?
on. I have to go back and look.
So what am I looking for? Comprehensive plan. I haven't seen this website.
And I think we did our fair share this year of supporting them by,
Well, I think like
Wait.
recreation activities to me is like the Mountaineer Club and,
Let him use
yeah,
school.
there's a lot. It's cool.
Yeah, that is,
Let it
that
go.
is.
It truly is.
We didn't build them.
yeah,
And I support like all the kiddos' activities and stuff.
Yeah. Animation. Yeah, what are we doing? I think it was on page 41. So it says the schools, recreation club, snowmobile club, American Legion. Recreation programs available for both the young and the old. The Vadis Recreation Club will have resources to provide the needed programs to, and a field hockey field will have been built. It does say that.
I was like, I can read that and I don't see that.
Huh?
I don't see that.
Right here, on page 6. So recreation programs will be available for both the young and the old. The Semadas Recreation Club
Take
will
away her access to the.
have the resources to
Absolutely.
provide the needed programs, and a field hockey field will have been built.
Look
So
at her, look at her, yeah.
Semadas Pond will have access to meet the needs of the public and free privilege of the outdoor recreation planning will have undertaken for recreation of town-owned land. Moving on. Meeting's done for them.
What are you doing with
Yeah, we actually
nonprofits?
are.
What are you doing with nonprofits? You added the 600 to historical. Or added 400 to it, sorry. It was already
So I have a
600.
question though, is like supporting efforts of the Spanish Recreation Club to maintain and expand recreation programs or facilities. What does that mean?
generic.
What is the town, what is the position to do that? So it also states that develop a recreation master plan to meet current and future needs. The plan will assess public recreation area and programs. Like, has any of that been done? We work with Androscoggin Land Trust and other conservation organizations with Guston, right? And like, maybe that's something to consider in next year's budget, because then that's also supporting the comprehensive plan, and it goes to Androscoggin Land Trust to support recreation activities.
Yeah.
Right? Like something that kind of.
Are we redoing the comprehensive plan?
Yeah, the planning board needs to get on that.
Mhm.
Since I have to go present my capital plan to the planning board.
So we'll wait for, is there any other discussion on the comprehensive plan then? I don't, just looking at it quickly, I don't see where it says that we financially need to give money to things, or, but I don't know either.
Well,
like,
no, it's not,
support.
it's not stated that you have to give money.
I think the support can come in a variety of
I agree.
forms.
Mhm.
And I mean, maybe it's as simple as allowing them to meet in this room.
Or school.
Stop it.
I know.
Stop it.
I know. Okay. All right, so nonprofits. So if we were to add the $1,000 for cemeteries and leave the rec at $1,000, it brings it to $10,200.
I don't think that's what they're saying. That's not what I heard anyway. I heard increase historical to 1,000, which would mean adding 400, and I think not giving anything is about as far as what I'm hearing.
So let's just get a quick consensus on the historical society first. So going from 600 to 1,000 for that, do you support that, Nancy?
Yeah.
George?
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't here, so, but I know he does a lot of work, and I think he will accomplish and get everything good. So
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and then Savannah's rec. So do you want to support the 454 registrants and it's 212 kids in Savannah, or do you not support them?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
You got that from John.
As a business owner, I
So
will
hold on.
support a team.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on.
no.
Nancy,
I don't
do you
support
support $1,000 for the rec?
I do support the $1,000 for the rec.
George, do you?
Yes.
I'm a yes.
I'm a no. If someone wants me to support them, come to my business for a rec program.
Do you support $1,000 for the rec?
I would like to see somebody come from the rec department and explain to us, like
So
we've been asking. So it's, yeah.
Well, you have somebody from the rec department.
No.
So do you want to
No, I don't
clarify
think
your?
so. I don't think it wasn't the rec department coming here, it's somebody involved with the rec department. Not that I don't want to support the kids, like you say, come see me, I'm a business. I'll support you all day long.
yeah, same.
So Laura, you need to vote.
So we have three. So now we just need a motion for the 10,200.
I'll make a motion with 10,200.
I second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I think we did pretty good.
General assistance,
General, yeah, you can do general assistance, but there is a special revenue account for that. So
$2,000.
Make a motion with $2,000 for general assistance.
I
Second.
second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed?
You make a motion to adjourn?
All those in favor? All
I
those
need a
opposed?
second.
I second. Anyone opposed?
No, I'll skip right over that. She's been out.
All those in favor to adjourn the meeting at 8:08. Okay, thank
You
you.
guys did knocked out quite a bit of that.
We saved all the hard ones for later.
All right. The chief, police chief's gonna come Monday night. Budget committee will be here briefly.
Monday?
Tuesday.
I was like, Laura sent me dates.